I come in and play, nobody wants to play with me out here.
Personally, oh,
No? Should we let him up?
personally, I prefer the other version of that we did.
Oh, okay. I just threw something there to buy us a couple minutes, but I didn't
Yeah.
even make sure which one I was clicking. I just clicked one and said, we got 2 more minutes. Okay.
I'm not really there, so I don't know who that beep was.
Oh, that beep was the guy down there in the basement, who's got some controversies of his own. But hell, I think we just became controversial.
I had a feeling that's who it was going to be. I think just for fun. See, no, I was just going to say, I think just for fun, we should just leave him down there for an hour and
1 hour. Okay, we got 58 minutes, Yuri, and we will let you up. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Hey, Jerry, how you doing?
Testing my patience.
Yes, Mitch. I took your advice yesterday or the day before. I took a shower. That was 3 days ago. Okay, I've lost track of time over the past week. It's been a weird fever up and down. But 98.6, bitches. 98.6, and a lot less coughing and sniffling. My voice sound normal again, or normal for me?
It does sound normal. Before we get started, I just want to say I'm glad you're looking better, old Sarge. I'm glad you're feeling better. I hope you get better.
You slid one in there. I like that. Okay.
There you go.
You know he couldn't look any worse.
You guys, look, and before I start saying anything, I just want to say I thought these old men were cool before any of you even thought they were cool. Okay, because I was here. Is my mic low? Is my mic low?
It is a little low. I'm wondering, who did you call old?
Actually, I turned it down because you came in echoing.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. That's good that you turned me down. I'm testing out a new mic, so I may be up and down. It's a headset actually, so hang on. Let me show you guys.
I can give you just a little more volume. You were coming in like really loud.
Oh, so you got the White Princess headset like Nevi.
Yeah.
Wait. I'm sorry. You know, I hate to go all tyrant right off, but
do it.
Jerry, we've talked about this. We said never go on camera again.
You know what? I'm sorry, man. And you know what? I'm looking all terrible because I'm getting ready. The Oklahoma experiment is done. I'm going back to California, by the way. Today I'm going back to California.
Oh, good.
Going back to Cali. I'm going back.
Stop it. Stop. Don't do that.
So the extradition came through, huh?
This is why I like you guys, because you guys just keep them coming. You guys just keep them coming. You guys don't stop. But I love you guys though, for real. And like I was saying before I got started, I thought you guys were cool way before anybody knew. Remember, I got here when you guys were at 0 people, and my moderators weren't yours. But don't look around. Don't look around. Sorry. But you know, this situation is really like, to me, it's a mirror image of what happened when my stuff started coming out. I didn't get no fair warning. I didn't get no talking to in the background, and I thought, and that was mostly my want to react to, but it felt like nobody at that time was really looking at that part of it. Everybody was just looking at my transgression. So you know what? Because me thinking of being a good team, you know, like team player, instead of focusing on the fact that I was put out there with no, you know, nobody in the team actually like looking out for me. I said, you know what? It's fine. I let it go. I let it ride. And I didn't put anything out there about that type of situation. But at least they are consistent. And when I say they, I don't mean they. I mean Jeff. Because Jeff is consistent. He did the same thing with me. He's doing the same thing with Izzy. I don't know if it's a personal thing or just his attitude towards calling out people. This is where I'm going to say it might be unfair to make it seem like it's an F3 thing, but although I do think it's something that F3 should address.
Well, the thing is, and I might be going out on a limb a little bit here, but I think F3 wants views. you know, they they don't they don't
Who
they have a
doesn't though?
rule about never kicking anybody out of chat, no matter how obnoxious they are, because they want the numbers. So I don't know if
Mm,
to criticize him if his assholery brings in numbers.
that's a fair point, but being as I was a part of it, and I was a part of it,
I didn't know you were like actually. I knew you used to be
no, I
like a
was a part of it.
regular one. Yeah.
No, I was a part of it. I was asked to be in. Let's like I said this before, but let's get one thing straight. I was asked to be an F3. I didn't ask to be an F3. I was asked to be in. I was told, hey, and as a matter of fact, I was told by Josh, hey, I'm trying to get this thing together, and I think it would be cool to have one person who's not a vet, who is outside of that, outside of our the military, thing that brings us together, because he felt like my story or the things that I had said were kind of similar to the way he felt about some military things. And so I was asked to be an F3. But like I said, I didn't take I'm not putting Josh down for that. I was honored by it. I actually felt really good that somebody of his status would ask me to be a part of his group, and I took it as something special. I didn't take it as anything like, oh whatever, you know what I mean? And like I said, when I was called out by Jeff, I didn't I didn't go after Jeff. I didn't say, hey dude, why are you throwing me under the bus like that? I never said anything like that. I just said, you know what? Jeff is doing this thing. I said nobody should react to Jeff because you know what? I thought, you know what, that would be the team thing to do. Although the team had no consideration over me. But it's fine. Like I said, I obviously am the most terrible thing on the face of the earth. So there shouldn't be any consideration for me. So I get that.
I'm a little slow. I remember now.
Yeah.
You were in the mix. This may debunk my idea for clicks and views because if I remember correctly, there was an overexposure issue.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I had a pun on that.
Well,
Yeah,
whatever,
there was.
whatever the reason may be,
Mhm.
whether it be a faux pas on a video or whether it be because you don't agree with my personal things that happen with me in the that don't have anything to do with our things that we're doing, I would hope that we would have a discussion of it first. And again, all those other situations are between me and other people. I never brought F3 into those things, and I never would if I was still a part of them, because my thing always was team first. But I've always had that mentality. I told Josh, I think I told Izzy once too on one of your panels. I've played organized ball. I've been a part of like my own teams and stuff like that. So these are things that I kind of just like understand. I've had to be in situations where I've had to lead people, even though it's in a business like sense, not in a, but it's even more responsible in that way. So I feel just as passionately about this as Muck does, but less personal. The only thing I could say is that I feel like it's not personal with Jeff. I don't feel it's personal. If I had to say something about him, I don't think it is. I think that Jeff has his idea of what he feels is the right thing to do on certain aspects, and I think that he does them because he has no apologies in the way he does them. He feels like he's right. He's right. Doesn't mean that he's right. I'm just saying that I feel like for him, it's not a matter of him going after Izzy in a personal sense. I think he's just doing it as like he'll criticize anybody. He'll criticize anybody in his camp. He'll criticize anybody that like as long as he feels like they're wrong and he's right.
Yeah, I still say he's an asshole. So Jerry, going going on the whole like sort of teamwork uh subject that we're kind of on now. And I know part of this is going to sound like I'm puffing myself up or puffing up our channel, but talking about you and your troubles, as the Irish say. Now, when that all happened, I think you'd been here once or twice. You weren't like a part of us in any way, right?
Never, never. You guys never
Um,
asked me to be a part of your stuff. No.
and yet, when you came over here, right in the midst of that, we welcomed you in, right?
Yeah,
We
I
did
think
we didn't say we don't want that pervert here or whatever people were saying about you.
right.
And I'm pretty sure I can remember specifically one night you were here with me and Ariel, and me and Ariel both said you screwed up and we
Yeah.
gave you some advice, but we never once degraded you in any way or anything like that. I mean, I make jokes about you and stuff, but that stuff is jokes. We never really got on you about what was going on because you had to deal with that other one. So my whole point is with this whole thing about teams and stuff, why were we a better team for you than the people that were supposed to be your team?
Um, I think because first of all, I like to think that you guys are much wiser than the guys at F3. That's not a knock on them because they're intelligent people, they're smart people, but wisdom is something that you can't teach. And I think that you guys are way wiser in the way you guys see things and the ways you guys react to things. Um, and also I think that experience is something to be said. I don't know what kind of experience you guys have in the interwebs or what kind of experience you've had with different situations dealing with people who have been, labeled something or said to be something. But obviously, you guys have some sort of experience on like judging people, and uh, you guys are. I think you guys see me for what I am. I don't think that people who want to give me a chance ever fall under that trap of just being like, well, I'm gonna label Jerry this. You know what I mean? If you get to know me and actually get to know who I am, I always, I don't want to say I always get the benefit of the doubt, but it feels like people are more willing to hear me out once they've known me. And I think I've always felt that from you guys. I've always felt like even though I came in very eccentric, very loud, and talking quick, and I know I annoyed you guys when I first got here, but I see you guys as smarter people because you guys take in information. You guys just don't accept what other people are saying.
Mhm. I'm a recovering alcoholic, and trust me, I hear some stories that if that was the first thing I knew about the person, I want anything to do with them. You, like many of them, like myself, are a flawed human being. You did something you're not too proud about. You did something that might be embarrassing to talk about unless you can learn to laugh at it.
Right.
Um, and on the topic of quitting things, one of our audience members has quit smoking 5 days ago. Keep at it,
Oh,
Jess. You can do it.
congratulations.
I failed, but I'm successful at the drinking thing, which brings me to another subject while I'm rambling. Muckster, you're fired. How many times did you offer free beer on a channel co-owned by a recovering alcoholic? It should have been free Coca-Cola, bitch.
Well, it's not
But
like I was going to make you pay for it.
by the way, I am also taking up the no more regular Coke, and I'm taking on a diet substitute. Uh, but it's not the zero or none of that. It's Diet Dr Pepper. I cannot taste the difference between Diet Dr Pepper and regular Dr
Hey,
Pepper.
hey,
So,
Jerry, I'm telling you, go all the way to zero because I've had the zero Dr. Pepper and it tastes just like the real thing.
oh, then I'm doing it. 100% doing it because I recently had Diet Dr Pepper, and I have not stopped having Diet Dr Pepper. So I think it's better for my health. I think, according to some people, Diet Coke is just as Diet sodas are just as bad as regular sodas. But those are all the studies and all that stuff. So I don't know. I'll take your word on that though. Dr. Pepper
Yeah,
Zero.
yeah, give it a try. Somebody recommended it to me, and I tried it, and like I said, tastes great. Less filling. I don't know.
This is a Coors Light commercial. What's going on?
So you like Dr. Pepper?
No. I'm. It's not my favorite. Cola. My favorite cola is root beer, especially like when it comes from the those soda
A&W
pop.
Zero. A&W Zero. That's my
Oh,
other soda.
Really? Okay, I'm gonna give that a shot too. Cause my thing is root beer, and I love it especially when it comes from those tabs. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah,
If you can find an old timey like soda pop place with one of those tabs of root beer, that's my
mhm.
favorite root beer.
yeah.
Well,
That's always the best.
root beer's a lot safer because you know why Dr. Pepper comes in a can or a bottle, right?
I'm sure you're gonna tell me.
Because his wife died, and that joke doesn't work
Oh
with root
shit!
beer.
You finally got somebody to laugh at that joke.
It was a matter of time. If sooner or later somebody was going to laugh at that joke. Yes.
Stop. Just don't. I don't want to seem like I'm a friend to old men. Okay.
Did I think it or did I say it out loud? I took old guy's advice a day
Yeah,
or
you
two.
said,
Okay, okay.
and we all appreciate it.
My neighbors
Yeah.
appreciate it.
I
Okay.
was going to say the neighbors upstairs have been complaining. Did something die out in the garage?
A bunch of grown ass men crying. Well, here we have a grown person confusing discussing with crying. Crying is an emotional reaction. Yeah. Anyway, because someone on YouTube said something mean. Okay, I get the concept. Yeah, people overreact to things on YouTube. Laugh out loud. Jesus Christ! I thought the older generation was supposed to be the tough guys, but you're weak. I don't know who that's addressed to, but sure, we're weak. Okay. What are you
Yeah.
doing? Oh, you're looking on YouTube for gossip. Congratulations. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
No.
one of the things I always like, and that's not quite it, but it's close,
Mm-hmm.
that I thought of before is, and I see it a lot on the internet, is when somebody takes the time to tell you how unimportant you are. You know, when I've had people who will write 3 or 4 paragraphs just to tell me they don't care about my opinion.
I have a whole plethora of people who do that.
I spend some time in a forum. It's called Delphi Forums. I spend a lot of time on the opinion forum, and it's amazing how many times people would post to another poster, "Stop posting me. I have you on ignore. I can't see your posts." And they'll say something else. "I told you to stop posting me. I'm ignoring you." Like, why don't you just stop reacting? And that's what ignoring is. Ignoring is not just a feature. It's when you fail to acknowledge somebody.
It's what I've said since I started my channel. It's like
Okay.
I don't mind addressing things or even going one on one with somebody about any topic if they want to come at me about something. It's the consistently going in circles about something that I just simply do not stand. Like I can't stand. If we've already come to a place where the conversation is not going anywhere, then why do we keep having it? Why do you want to keep bringing it up unless you're unsatisfied and want to somehow make it, you know, in your favor, even though it's not in your favor? But we're just going to keep doing this. We're just going to keep going in circles and in circles. I can't do it. So it's like if I'm repeating a conversation with somebody more than once, I'm done with it.
I would like everyone to welcome an old friend of many channels. Uh, he's going under the fake moniker "Stop Hate Speech." This is the one, the only Vegas Vips. Once again, after dunking on us for being old men crying, now he's doing his very famous Vegas Vips thing. He's come over here and say, "Look, they're over there doing this," and he's going to go over there and say, "Look, they're talking about you over here," and we're going to have one of these infinity mirrors, stream versus stream.
Right.
Is
F3,
that
if he did it to you and you're watching us, I love you guys. A little bit pissed off at Jeff right now. Stone Vet, you're great. Sergeant's Time, you're great. Jeff, for today, fuck you. We'll get over it. I'm sure you'll get over it too. And Vegas Phipps, go find a life. Grow the fuck up.
If that is who it is, I have to say, one of my favorite Miss Vippy moments is a friend of mine did a Miss Vippy sock, you know, and
Oh,
would go into channels where Miss Vippy already was and would say things like, hey, Vips, quit impersonating me, you know, and would go. And, the funny thing is, because we all know that despite all her other failings, Miss Vippy is a sock master. Well, you know what Miss Vippy did about my friend who was socking Vippy?
oh,
Yep, he did a report and got the channel taken down.
And
I mean, talk about irony on top of hypocrisy.
yeah, and if I could say something about that Vippy comment, by the way, and like I said, I'm with you, Sarge. I love F3. I have a lot of respect for
yeah.
SV. I got a lot of respect for Hippie and everybody that they bring on, is including Izzy, who is I think probably one of the best additions that they've had. I don't see why she's bad at all. But I would say to that Vippy comment, no, he's absolutely wrong, Jeff. He is absolutely wrong
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
because let me tell you something. That comment, switch it out. Did anybody know Jeff before F3?
Yeah. Well,
Did people know me
yeah,
before F3? No, wait. Did people know me
exactly.
before F3? No. The thing is that let's give credit, the real credit where the credit is due. Stone Vet, he was the head of this sphere. He came in like a pit bull and took on Kaiser. All of us were plank holders in that mission, and we all came out with just a little bit of namesake thanks to him, and we came together. And I would never say that I put you on the map, Jeff, never. But when you came on my stream, and after we talked and had those personal talks, I said people need to know this guy. I wanted you. I wanted people to know you because I thought that your story was great, and I still feel like you're wasting your time trying to be the F3 version of Kino Casino. Because I've always felt like your story is more important. I always felt like your real personal tribulations that
Hmm.
we talked about are way more important.
Yeah.
But whatever. I mean, you want to be the silly guy, you want to be the pirate or whatever. That's your thing. I'm not gonna knock it. But the truth is that I believe this is strike two on when it comes to how you deal with teammates and people, how you call out.
Uh, uh,
It's
I,
your,
I,
it's
I
your,
don't
it's
mean
your
to
way.
interrupt. I was listening for a pause. I apologize. I wasn't listening to hear.
I don't know what that was either, Sarge, by the way. I know where you're going.
He did, Jerry, did bring up a memory bubble that I had forgotten. When I first learned of Never Too Soon, Jeff, who was previously downgraded Valor Article 1.5s or something like that, his real story is very similar to Kaiser's bullshit story. Change a few names and a few other details. Except Jeff never was in a 70-mile-an-hour RPG hit Humvee. He was an explosion, but his real story is very similar, and that comparison did bring some early clout, and he does have some good things to say. I just right now I'm knee-jerk reacting to something. What was that video from, Muck? Was that from last night or the night before? Or are you still there?
Sorry, I was just replying to a text. Which video?
Oh, the video you used showing Jeff
Oh,
kind of ducking at Izzy.
I think that had to be Thursday.
Thursday. What's today? Saturday. Okay. It was 2 days after you kicked Scotto out of our chat. So it's very recent as well. That's the problem as well. I was sick and I'm not really engaged. what was my point? Yeah, right now I'm just pissed. A week from now, I might think, yeah, Jeff's a pretty cool guy. A little bit weird, but sorry, but I think the initial rush has
and
calmed down.
and Sarge, if you know, I don't mean to interrupt you,
Go
but
go
isn't
ahead.
that what life is? Isn't life a series of small disagreements between the people you care
Sure.
about?
Yeah.
Like you don't just throw people away because they make a mistake.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, I had something else I wanted to say, so remind me I had something else I wanted to say. But first, can I just mention,
No.
yeah,
Miss
I know this is my thing, but I mean, doesn't this just show people's maturity level? I see all these 40, 50, whatever old men out there that still using middle school humor. I'm sorry. Like I said, a lot of people don't seem to
Like,
mind it, but anyway. But I did want to say, because actually, Sarge, what I thought you were going to say to Jerry was, because I saw you get a confused look too when he said, "Don't be another Keno McBeano" or whatever that was.
no clue who that is. I know who this is. Hey, Summer, how you doing? Who's Keno Magino? What?
I said Kino Casino, and
Yeah.
that is another channel that it I would say I think Jeff is trying to emulate. I'm not saying he's trying to copy. That would be the wrong term. I think he takes a lot of his cues from them, and they are a channel that makes fun of locales. And like I said, they have their own style. I think it's very unique to them and unique to those men that do it. Uh, and it can't be copied. It can be emulated. It can people can take the style and try to like create their own style off of it. But I don't think it works for Jeff. Honestly, I don't think it works for him. I think him being him and him taking the knowledge that he has and using it, and like I said, his personal story, his personal. See, when I first talked to Jeff, we had a conversation that I felt that we connected on, and I'm not going to talk about it too much because, to be frank, it was personal, Jeff. And so I'm going to keep it at that. But I think that conversation that we were having, I think those are the types of conversations that you need to be having because those are the ones that are important. You know so much about that life. You know so much about the things that you went through.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's important. I think there are people out there who need that more than what you're doing right now. But I'm not telling you what to do. That's just my opinion.
Okay, so Stephanie asked, I guess a couple of people want to know what we're talking about. What? What was that?
I'm looking for the chat you're talking about. I see you're going to advertise free beer again. I'm saying free Coke, damn it.
Oh.
Free Coke.
You asked if I could play I'm not going to play the whole thing.
All right, let's start off with that. That'll at least get me in a semi-decent mood.
Where's the
There you
damn
are.
pause button? Why can't I?
Remember that song?
What's going on, Lupe? I did.
It's on the screen.
I can't see it. I wanted to like fast forward and just hit the relevant parts. I can't see any of the controls on here.
I'm not familiar with it. If you hover on the screen at the lower area, you'll see the
Yeah, I have. I mean, I was hitting pause earlier when I showed it over there.
Do you want me to move away from it and see if you?
Oh, you know what? Wait. Am I? Did I grab the wrong thing? Let me see. I might have grabbed the wrong thing.
All I can see is free beer down there.
Let me try this.
A meeting now.
You see the free beer down there. I don't see the free beer down there.
In the basement between Yuri and you.
Yeah, I know. That's not what it looks like to me down there. That's weird.
Oh.
Let me
see what we want. I need a meeting. Well, now you got 2 free beers.
Yeah, it looks like the same thing. Let me see if I bring this up.
All right,
I am
let's
still
start
not
off with
getting.
that. That'll at least get me in a semi-decent mood.
I'm still
There
not
you go.
getting the. Well, there's a pause down. Okay.
He found it.
Okay, I can do it from down below. Before I was doing it up on the screen.
Oh.
Okay.
Interesting.
So I'm going to try to just fast forward to the
while you do that,
relevant
I
stuff.
remember our first guest was Master Sergeant Retired, and his first words were, "You guys are killing me."
Let me see. We'll go.
There's that.
Okay, so here's the first thing that is relevant to what we're talking about
He
today.
quickly took it down, but before he took it down, he got.
Oh,
before
Oh wait,
he
no,
took it
this
down-
this isn't it. This is more about me. We don't need to know any more about me.
That was funny that you quickly took it down, and it's been there all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, I never took nothing down.
All right, here we are. We're going to trash out another veteran. Semper Fi,
Well,
motherfucker.
First, before
Hey.
anybody says anything, we're going to finish this so everybody knows what we're talking about.
Come and watch you, David.
And I think this is a very valid point.
Did
The
I
way
just
would
say
frame this is
before
nobody
anybody
on
says
YouTube
anything?
who's not
That's
getting
him on
hated
the
on,
video.
Oh, okay,
there's not
God.
been
Okay,
pieces
yeah.
on, who hasn't said
I
something
hate
that was taken out of context, or they didn't mean, or they changed their mind on in retrospect. It's everyone. If you've been on here long enough, there's hit pieces on you. The way that Todd has reacted to those, that's the issue. It's not the fact that he fucks up. We all know he fucks up. Everyone
Every day.
does. But he doubles down on his fucking up, and he's paying a price.
Exactly. And you know what? He should actually thank the F3 group for making
Yeah.
something out of his freaking name. Otherwise, no one would even know who
Watch
freaking
Jeff
Todd
here.
is.
Look at Jeff.
You know what I
Oh.
mean? I would actually take that opportunity and turn it and make it
Yeah.
into something. But he's a
all
moron.
excited.
He would
Yeah.
never get it.
Yeah. No, there's definitely some truth to that. And thank you, Chuck in Tennessee. Appreciate it. Some vets
Oh.
embellish their story.
Here we go.
Okay, that was
Very
my.
good.
Oh,
I
buddy,
missed
no
that
one
part.
would know who you are if Stonevet didn't bring you on. That's just the reality.
Vips only win.
Okay, that was the first clip. Let's go to the next one.
Just
He
the utter
did.
disrespect in the messages.
He did.
I was just like, really? You couldn't pick one video?
No, he actually truly did. Now, he even sent an email to one of the F3 group. Oh, this is, my commander. And if you donate to him, send me a receipt. This is not about you, dude. If we want to donate, we will donate on our own term. And it's to your command.
No, 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 no,
Wow.
no.
One more.
No, you're not going to rewrite that history. That's not at all what happened. He wasn't demanding donations for his commander, and that's how that started. All right, like that ain't it at all.
Okay, next.
I mean, because if you're going to have that conversation, like that conversation.
Oh, let me just say this isn't really about Izzy, but I just love this clip because he says if you're going to have the conversation about the conversation with the conversation. I don't know what the hell he says, but listen to it.
Conversation is that conversation, and you go from there. But he uses it in this weird way to where, does that make sense?
No, it doesn't.
Like, because somehow magically at the end of this fucking 2-hour long conversation they have,
Here we
he's
go.
like, I'm still going to make fun of you regardless. Like,
Right.
Don't
Go ahead, say
and
it,
then,
say it.
like, hard to find a reliable source in the situation,
There you go.
Hard to find a reliable source. God damn, Jeff. God damn, Jeff.
Anyway,
No.
yeah.
that was funny when the
I
recording.
know. It was like, what the hell I just said? I hate when I confuse myself. Hello, B.O.
Hey,
how you doing?
how's it going, old Sarge Muckster?
Man, have you met Yuri? Jerry?
No,
Yo, Jerry.
I don't. Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you, buddy.
By the way, I don't know if you were here earlier. Jerry was just saying that he hates Marines.
What?
Well, I get that a lot.
I mean, they're not a protected class.
That's true. We're usually unprotected in ways.
That sucks. All right, I'm sorry I said that.
So
Yes, she does, Joe. Yes, she does. She does some very nice interviews.
who does? Oh,
Joe
Izzy.
asked if Izzy makes content.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've always wondered, what do we call content when you create something or when you talk? I guess we're using create content loosely. What we're doing now, I don't think is creating content. I think we're just talking.
I think there is a kind of content called reactionary content, and so I think we're reacting to something.
Okay.
So that could be considered a certain type of content. Very specific, but yeah, content.
Okay.
I gotta say personally,
Mhm.
I think if that's all you do, you're not being very original. If all you're going to do is sit and critique
Someone
what
else.
other people do, yeah, I mean, that's fine. As I think we just did that today, but if that's all you ever do, hello, Phyllis. Anyway,
Well,
I'll let the guest talk.
Who's the guest?
I'll just say this one before anybody else says anything else. I'll just say this: if you are not ready for reaction commentary or commentary in general, then maybe you didn't know you were on YouTube. But hey,
Every time I do that, I think you kick somebody off again.
well, I'm done.
Based Oracle. For those of you who don't know Based Oracle, we just saw Jeff restream him interviewing Izzy, and at one point they were restreaming someone else we know as Raging Tomato. The Raging Tomato and Based Oracle, in my opinion, have some very good panels, intelligent, high-level panels. Except for every now and then they have Toddler on. But Izzy, how you doing, Izzy? And Izzy was on Based Oracle's show. Where was that from? That was from 3 days ago, right? 2 days ago.
That was 2 days ago, if I recall correctly.
Oh,
Yep, Thursday.
All right.
Yep.
So,
So,
are you here to make fun of Muckster, Yuri, or it can't be me?
no, I just thought I'd hop on and say hello.
Okay. Well,
Give some input. I saw, obviously, you had the stream up, as you were saying. Izzy and I doing a little bit of back and forth on the whole GS situation. And I know that, as some people have described it, I've given him a lot of grace overall in the last few months. He's spurred off on me quite a few times and then, comes back inevitably apologizing, this type of thing. And I've given him a bunch of what I would describe at times as tough love. And, as of now, that tough love is concrete. So he really does. I think that Josh from F3 put it pretty well yesterday. I'm going to probably fuck this up a bit, but something to the effect of he either needs to harden up or get out. Like, how else is he going to change but getting the truth or truths in reaction to his behavior and things that he says?
I agree. There's a new viewpoint. I don't know, it was yesterday, before yesterday. Tomato came on and kind of said these things about Todd, but then made some suggestions to F3, and I thought, well, I'm kind of on the fence there. On one hand, you help an alcoholic recover by helping him reach his bottom, and that's kind of what F3 is doing. On the other hand, why continuously slam? I think there's several people in F3, and one of them is the Master Sergeant retired. He simply calmly, politely points out where he's wrong. And you have Stone Vet, a little bit of that, and a little bit of making fun of him. And you have Jeff, who just makes fun of him, that does nothing else but make fun of him. So I don't know where the correct line is. We all make fun of other people. We all get angry at other people.
Yeah. I think that you're bringing up valid points and good food for thought. My opinion that I actually stated in the F3 chat yesterday when they were reviewing that video that you're referencing, Tomato going over everything. My viewpoint, which I guess they agreed with, is that Tomato is treating GS as if he's a woman, in my opinion. She's talking like a girl, treating him like a girl, and that's fine if he is in fact a woman and wants to be treated like a woman. The irony is that GS goes on about his masculinity and leadership, what he's doing here on YouTube, preaching the Bible, kind of traditional roles, that sort of thing. So I would argue that it really goes against his whole message, the way that she has reacted.
Yeah.
So to that point, I really, at this point, don't see anything wrong overall with what F3 does. And I know that they have talked about, including yesterday, how at times maybe they think that they've gone a little bit too far on certain things. There can be fine lines of balance with everything. I think we all can go a little far or maybe not far enough sometimes. That kind of fine line can be difficult to find. But with that said, that's overall my thought on it.
Okay. I can't disagree with you. Muckster left.
Why did he go?
I don't know. This live stream and the one right before it, we were taking notice of one of the F3 members, not all of them. One of them kind of said some things that I reacted to in a negative way.
I'm just going to sit backstage for a while and let other people talk. I think I've had everything I have to say. So I'm just going to do this so I can avoid interrupting.
Remind me, I got to be out of here in the next 53 minutes because I'm working a double shift today. Basically, in a nutshell, one of the F3 members, not all of them, it's not F3, it's one of the members of F3, kind of said some things that got a bit of a reaction out of me. Well, actually, Muckster. And then when I'm watching this, because it was Muckster's show, I was just kind of watching, what's this all about? And we played a few clips. I'm like, holy crap, that's not how you do it, Jeff. Well, okay, maybe that's how Jeff does it. So we might get a little. I'm sorry.
I will say there is some consistency to that. And like I said, I gotta say, based on my interactions with Jeff, although it's been a while now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say that it's not personal. I just think that's the way he calls people out. Like I don't think that he has a malicious bone in his body when he calls people out the way he does. But I think that it's his way of doing it. I don't think it's proper. Like you, I disagree with that style, especially when it comes to people that you're teammates with or affiliated with. I would hope that you would allow them more grace in that. But hey, what are you gonna do?
The teammate thing that was my reaction. Was everyone that has a panel like this, eventually somebody dunks on somebody. For some people it's constant, so some people it's occasional. Let's use Sarah for example, the Raging Tomato. I've seen her get angry and put somebody down one time. What was the guy's name? I can't remember his name. But she really spent about 20 minutes just kind of going off on this guy. Then she went back to her normal mellow self. That's once in a while. We all know Killer one time did, hold on, I'm the voice of reason here. But no, not Spicoli. It was somebody else. But I think Spicoli's a bit of a clown. But the whole idea of base, Master on Retired does a show on Stolen Valor. He starts out by interviewing a veteran, and then he goes out within an hour or an hour and a half. He goes on to talking about someone who embellishes or stills valor. But as a channel, they tend to go after people, and I agree with 99% of it. Go after Kaiser, murdering Mike Kaiser. Go after that ridiculous Chief Tuttle. Go after Todd when Todd does and says his stupid things. What triggered me in reaction to one of the members was how I felt like he was throwing a teammate under the bus publicly. And that's just not my idea of a team. And now we may be, I don't know, we may be disowned from that circle. I don't know. Izzy, Fink, and Muckster. What about us, Stephanie? All right, I'm rambling on, but
Well, I think Izzy wants to be caught up on what's going on. I don't think she has an idea of what's happening. I've been watching her comments. I mean, I would say if you could drop her a link and then give her an update or something.
well, we kept the last stream under an hour, and this one's still under an hour. I hate to keep it unless Muckster wants to come up and show that piece. It's there on in the last 2 hours. It's there a couple times. I don't mean to blow anyone off, but Izzy is a side subject of that in no negative way. We're not dunking on Izzy in any way, shape, or form.
By no means.
I'm sorry.
I said by no means are you doing that.
Yeah. I have 3 problems. What's her name? Jess. Cover yours. 1 is I'm having a nicotine fit and I'm inside. 2 is I have to pee. And 3 is once I do those 2 things, it's really time for me to boot up my work computer and shut this computer down. But I'm the only channel owner up here. If one of the other channels want to come up and take over, or do I have to kick everybody off and close shop? I can go either way.
I mean, I don't know, Based Oracle, if he wants to continue talking about this subject, or if he even knows
Muckster's
my channel.
here.
But
He can run it.
there you go.
I love you guys. I'm gonna go pee, smoke, and turn on my other computer. Have a good day.
There you go.
All right, we'll see you, Old Sarge.
All right. Leave.
Yeah, I can hang around for a little while if you guys want to talk.
Cool.
Are we still on the same topic, or are we moving on now?
That's up to you guys. I think I've said everything that I had to say about it.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. How do you feel, Based Oracle?
Yeah, no, I can roll with the flow. If you're closing down Muckster, that's totally cool. I just thought I'd hop up, like I said, and give a little take here.
Nice to meet you, by the way. I've never seen your channel. I'm going to check it out now.
Cool. Yeah, you too. So, yeah, in a nutshell, that was my thoughts on what's going on with GS and Izzy and I doing that stream. I actually didn't see the back and forth regarding Muckster Jeff, so I'm not too familiar.
Well, it wasn't really me and Jeff. I had a thing with Scotto in which I was in the wrong.
Oh.
And this whole thing came up just because people said, hey, the G-Boys mentioned you last night, and I went to watch that. And as I was like fast forwarding through, like skipping through to waiting to see like me on screen and that to see what they'd be commenting, I saw Izzy on screen. And I thought, oh, I'm going to see what Izzy's up to. And I watched, and that's when I started seeing Jeff just seeming to want to purposely run down Izzy in public.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, they were watching you and Izzy watching Tomato or whatever you were watching, and usually they'll do that and they'll interrupt and they'll say, yeah, toddler, you're an idiot or whatever. But instead, Jeff made it all about interrupting and running down Izzy, who's supposed to be one of their teammates.
Was it due to the fact that our stream was overlapping theirs?
I doubt it, because they're always restreaming people that are on the same time as them. I cannot guess what his motivation is, because it makes no sense to me.
May I comment on that?
No.
Okay, I won't. I don't. That's a very strange fact that I didn't know, but I think it's important when it comes to his criticism, because when he talks about the thing that Izzy got wrong, he talks about her recognition. He talks about what made her recognizable, because she makes a comment that Todd wouldn't be recognized without F3. Then he brings up a clip of Vegas Vips saying that Izzy also is not recognizable without F3. So he's kind of throwing her under the bus, saying that Vegas Vips is correct in his assertion that without F3, Izzy would not be recognizable.
Well, like I said, I mean, it was fair to say that one thing, if that was the only thing he had brought up, it was fair to say none of us would know who Izzy was if she hadn't appeared on Stone Vets that day. Izzy would not be known on YouTube. But there was kind of the implication that Izzy would be nothing if it wasn't for that, in the same way that Toddler and Vippy are nothing without YouTube. But like I said, if that's the only thing I had seen, I went, oh, okay, it's a little weird that he decided to feature that when it was from a whole different discussion. He had to go out and get that clip from another panel to bring that in, just to say, way to go, Vippy, you got Izzy good on that one. If that was all it was, I would have never done this. Well, actually, the previous show today. But it was the stuff that came after that I thought, what the heck? By the way, I'm a little distracted, folks. I just want to say, as a little bit of self-promotion, I just got a text from my friend who's going to be our first guest on the FMAC podcast next Sunday. And it looks like we're setting it up for 1 o'clock next Sunday. I think she'll have an interesting story to tell. But go back to what you were saying.
And all the other stuff you laid out on your last stream, that hour stream that just happened not too long ago. So I suggest if anybody wants to get updated on this complete criticism of Jeff, it would be wise to go check out that stream. And you know, to me, it's just, you know, it's a parallel to how I think I was treated. But you know, then again, you know, I don't get special treatment because I'm not special. I'm a very crap person, so it's fine to do that with me. You know, it's not that it's not that, you know, like, we don't all have our foibles, right? This is why, for me at least, when it comes to this whole situation, I'll say in Jeff's defense, I don't think it's personal. I don't think it's ever personal. I think that for him, this is the way he does his things. This is his MO. And whether you agree with it or not, that's how he feels to deal with situations like this. When he feels he's correct, he's going to put it out there and not apologize for it. I don't feel like he feels he did anything wrong right now. Wow. Oracle, if you're saying something, you're muted, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, I was muted purposely, just letting you talk. But yeah, I mean, look, I guess I wouldn't be known at this point in some of the circles I've been known in if I didn't enter those circles. I don't even know. I mean, to somebody say, well, this person wouldn't be known if it wasn't for this person. I don't know what that matters. Everyone comes from somewhere.
Yeah, and I mean, you think about it. I've said this before. If I remember the figures right, I think as of 2023, YouTube has over 51 million channels, and every day, there are 1 billion hours of content. So, I mean, don't just look around at us, but you talk about the channels that we say, wow, they're huge. Like someone has 25, 50, 100,000 subscribers. But in the overall YouTube world, let alone the world at large, you're nothing. We're all nothing, you know? So,
yeah, I agree.
I mean, it's like, and yes, none of us would be known even if in our own little circles before we started doing this. And like I said before, in case people came in since, yeah, it was fair to say, even though it was strange for Jeff to point out Vippy's comments, it was fair to say, as far as the YouTube world, none of us would know Izzy if she hadn't been on Stone Vets that day, and we'd be the worse off for it. But that does not mean that Izzy would have been nothing, without coming on YouTube. Izzy has
I
a
think
full life.
Yeah, I think Izzy was something before anything, before
Sure.
any of this YouTube stuff. She was something, just like I think Jeff is something. I mean, I think everybody brings their own thing when they come onto YouTube. I mean, you do what you can, whatever, and we all seek some kind of limelight, right? Or else why would we do this? But I think to say, like someone is nothing or whatever. I honestly, I think that's just a projection. I think
Mm.
Vippy
Oh yeah.
projects really hard when he says things like that because he wants to be something based on this.
Oh yeah, Bippy for sure. He's worse than Toddler is about making his life all about YouTube. I'm not even going to go into it all, but my God, he's psychopathic. Um, but but yeah, it just I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's I think you labeled them correct.
And I would say that YouTube or social media in general rewards with attention people who are psychopathic in different ways, as you're referring to GS. So when he does these
Actually, I was
things,
talking about Vippy on that one, but GS is pretty psycho too.
yeah, yeah. So, when either of them, do these things that we might call outlandish or whatever the case, psychopathic, that, they're rewarded with views, whether it's hate or people agreeing, either way. So, in their minds, I think they are, they get a reward. They're validated. That's the word I was
Yes,
looking for.
yes,
Yes,
yes.
100%. Yep.
By the way, I love Izzy's comment. YouTube is nothing without us.
Bam. Perfect, Izzy. That's why I like her.
And I don't know what is going on in chat, but
I'm sure it's people
when
talking
Dubs
shit about me.
said, Cart, no one's talking to you. I've known Dubs for a while on YouTube, but Dubs, Cart is one of us. I just wanted to say that. Anyway,
Anyway.
since Sarge left, I can't monitor chat as well, but that jumped out at me.
It's just chat. Chat is chat. Uh, well, I guess we've exhausted the conversation here, but thanks, Muckster, for giving me my chance to talk. I always appreciate you having me up, man. You,
Yeah.
again, you and Sarge. It, I think there's something to say. I know you guys. I know you guys don't like to talk about your age, but I think your wisdom in situations like this should be heard. I think it's important. Uh, and I definitely will listen to it every single time. But thank you so much for having me up. Base Oracle, was nice meeting you, man. I'll check out your channel, man. You seem cool.
You too. Have a good one, Yuri.
All right.
And we do try to welcome everybody until they've worn out their welcome. And you're close, Yuri. You're close. No, just kidding.
Cool. All right. Well, unless you had anything else for me, I'll let you go then, Muckster.
Nope. Thanks for coming in. Since you were peripherally involved in this, it was good to get your take.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. You have a good rest of your day.
You too. And
Thanks.
thanks everybody else for coming in. I think it was a pretty good conversation today, if I do say so myself. I'll give everybody a minute if they want to have any last. know what, folks? I was just sitting here talking to a muted mic. Oh my God, I'm getting more like Sarge all the time. Anyway, what I was basically saying was thanking you all for coming. I think we had a good conversation. And I do want to emphasize that next Sunday, 1 o'clock, we've got our first podcast. And I hate to call them an interview. It's a one-on-one, but basically we just want people to come in and tell their stories their way. And I just remember I'm putting that invitation out to anybody. If you think you have a story to tell, all we're looking for is real stories. You know, whatever is important to you to put out there. We want to hear your stories. I don't know what else to say except thanks. I don't know if I'll be doing anything else tonight on YouTube. So just keep your eye out if you are interested in seeing us again, I guess. And thanks a lot, everybody. You know, I kind of hate the term that's come out lately where people go, I appreciate you. But the funny thing is, I do appreciate you people.